There's something most men completely overlook. It's the unspoken language of a younger woman's attraction. The kind that isn't loud or obvious, but quiet, calculated, even a little dangerous. You see her smile, but you dismiss it. You catch her glance, but you think she's just being polite. You hear her laugh a little louder when you talk, but you assume it's nothing. And that's where most men lose because they've been trained to only react to words, not signals. They've been taught that unless a woman says she's interested, scheiße. That unless she openly flirts, you shouldn't risk it. But here's the truth. The younger woman who's secretly craving your attention often doesn't say it out loud. Why? Because she wants to feel something first. She wants to feel feeling your presence or presence, your certainty, your restraint, your masculine edge. She wants to feel like you see her without needing her to scream for it. In a world where men chase and beg and try too hard to impress with filters and false bravado, you, the grounded man who moves with quiet confidence, are a mystery. The grounded man in mystery is magnetic, especially to a younger woman still learning to decipher what kind of man actually makes her feel safe and desired, not just entertained. Now, here's the paradox. The more patient and composed you are, the more Ash starts testing your energy. The more self-contained you are, the more she lends in to see what's behind your eyes. And when she senses that you're not desperately seeking her validation, but inviting her curiosity, something the paradox inside her shifts. She stops seeing you as a background character. She starts seeing you as the man who just might make her feel something she hasn't felt yet. Respected, led, and understood. It's not always about age. It's about energy. You're not chasing her. You're recalling her not with words, but with your presence, because here's the uncomfortable truth. A younger woman doesn't want you to act like a boy trying to impress her. She wants you to act like a man who makes her rise to your level. She wants you to show her without even trying that you know something about the world she has discovered yet, that you felt more, failed more, built more, and most of all, if she earns it, that you don't need her attention to validate your worth. But if she earns it, you'll change the way she sees men forever. So the next time she greets you with that oddly curious smile, the next time she lingers a little longer after a conversation, the next time she laughs at a joke you barely meant to make, don't brush it off. Because beneath all that playfulness and politeness, there's something stirring deeper, a subtle challenge, a secret invitation. She's silently asking you, are you the kind-off man who can make a move, not just on, but through the world, without asking for permission? And when you'll finally learn to read these moments for what they are, opportunities masked as coincidences, that's when the game changes. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to show you next will permanently lift the way you look at younger women woe secretly. Want you to act. Not like a predator, but like a protector, a challenger, and most of all, a man who knows when to move. Shall we begin? Let's be brutally honest for a second. In today's world, where everything is hyper-sexualized, and relationships are more confusing than ever, many men, especially mature men, find themselves second-guessing everything when it comes to younger women. You notice a younger woman giving you that look, the one that lingers just a second too long to be innocent. You hear the tone in her voice soften around you. Her questions are just a bit too personal. Her compliments are a little too specific. She laughs more around you than she does around guys her own age. She finds reasons to hug near you, but still never outright says, I'm into you. And that's where the confusion begins, because you start thinking, am I imagining this? She's this secret just being friendly, right? Isn't she too young for me to even consider making a move? But here's the secret. She's not confused at all. You are. Because what society never told you, what most men never figure out, is that younger women don't always tell. You very attracted to you. They cussed you instead not to be cruel, not to play games. Budo feels something they can't explain. Ta feel drawn toward a man who doesn't fit the shallow patterns they're used to. Younger women aren't just attracted to it. They're drawn to what Aj represents. Wisdom, grounded masculinity, control over your emotions, grounded masculinity prince, purpose, self-respect, thinks that most men in their 20s haven't developed yet. She's not looking for a sugar daddy. She's not looking for a boy who does backflips to impress her. She's secretly looking for the man who carries silence like a weapon. The man who doesn't brag, doesn't chase, does never share, but when he speaks, she listens. And when he enters the room, she feels it before he even says a word. That man could be you. But only if you understand the subtle ways she signals your interest. Only if you can decode the difference between friendliness and invitation. Because the truth is, a younger woman doesn't want to make the first move. Not because she's not bold, but because she wants to feel led. She wants to know you have the emotional intelligence to pick up on the energy she's giving off. She wants to see if you can handle her curiosity, her playfulness, her intensity without collapsing into neediness or ego. And deep down, she wants to feel safe and auto-express her attraction without having to say it directly. Because when a younger woman feels a pull toward an older, composed man, it can be exhilarating, but also terrifying. She wonder what you'll think of her. She question if you see her as mature or just naive. She'd be scared off making it obvious, not because she doesn't want it, but because she respects you. And part of her wants you to read her soul, not her lips, so she drops hints, small ones, but powerful ones. The way she fixes her hair when she sees you. The way she positions powerful hint yourself in your line of sight. The way she mirrors your energy or matches your pace. The way her questions start shifting from surface level to intimate, like she's digging for who you really are, not what you do. These aren't coincidences. These are invitations, but only the men who see and have that courage to move with grace ever understand what's being offered. This video is for those men, the grounded men. The men who are not afraid of age difference because their masculinity is based on insecurity, but on inner clarity. This is for the man who knows how to move. Not like a predator chasing Bodhi, but like a storm that draws Aiton without effort. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the exact reasons a younger woman may secretly be hoping that you make the first move. Not with cheesy lines, not with manipulation, but with clarity, presence, and timing. So if you've ever felt that spark, if you've ever wondered whether she was just being polite or secretly desiring more, keep watching, because once you understand these signs, and more importantly, the psychology behind them, you'll never misread the moment again. And when the moment comes, you won't hesitate. You'll move because she's not just waiting for a man who looks stubborn. She's hoping you'll finally step into the one who acts the part. Now, let's break it down. 1, you represent emotional stability, something her peers often lack. Most younger women are surrounded by men who are still in the storm of their own identity. Crisis, men will chase validation, who flinch under pressure, who crumble in silence. But you move with intention, not impulseo. You've seen life, you've been through fire, and now you move with intention, not impulse. That calmness, that grounded energy, it's magnetic. She notices that when you speak, you don't have to impress. You speak to express. You don't rush because your value is intruded in being liked. And in her world of noise, your silence speaks louder. She wants you to make a move, not because she needs rescuing, but because your presence gives her peace, and peace is rare. 2, she's intrigued by the mystery. You don't try to solve for her. You don't overshare. You don't single quotes to ver compensate. You don't overshare. You don't flood her with attention. That creates something her younger options never do, mystery, and not the manipulative kind, the stoic kind. She says to boys trying to win her attention like it's a prize to be conquered, but you lean back. You make eye contact that's not eager but observant. And know her mind starts spinning. What does he think of me? Why hasn't he asked for my number yet? Is he attracted to me or just being polite? That slow burn curiosity keeps you on her mind. And trust me, once a woman is thinking about you, desire is right behind. 3. You. Activate her hypergamy without adventuring. Let's not pretend biology you activate her hypergamy doesn't play a role. Every woman, consciously or unconsciously, is drawn to a man she perceives as higher in value. Not because of money or muscles alone, but because of your inner now rank. You've got purpose. You've got standards. You don't chase pleasure, you chase alignment, and that gives her a feeling she craves, the instinct to rise up and impress you. She finds herself adjusting her tone when talking to you. She starts dressing differently when you're around. She tries to seem more emotionally intelligent because she sees you as someone she doesn't want to lose interest of. And when a younger woman feels that, she's secretly wishing you just say something bold. 4. She wants to feel the safety of leadership. She wants the safety of leadership but with respect. Contrary to modern cliques, many women don't want soft passivity. They don't want emotional codependence. They want presence and protection, not domination, but direction. Younger men often lack this. They're still figuring themselves out, still afraid to say no, still seeking permission. You have boundaries. You have calm control. You take the lead. You don't ask 5 times where to go. You decide gently but confidently. You didn't apologize for wanting her, but you never beg either. That blend of masculine initiative with stoic self-respect. It turns her on emotionally first and then physically. 5. You validate her depth, not just their looks. She's used to shallow, you validate her depth attention. Fire emoji and the deem as thirsty glances, compliments that feel co-pipested, but when you talk, to her you listen. You notice things no one else mentions, how she lights up when thinking about her passions, how her voice changes when she talks about her dreams. You ask questions that make her pause and feel seen. And that's powerful because now she doesn't just feel wanted, she feels understood. That kind of connection makes her crave more of you. Not just for your looks or status, but because you make her feel real, and that's addictive. 6. You're selective, and that makes you rare. You're not easily impressed. You're not desperate, and she knows you could have others. So being chosen is a high why. Is she secretly hoping you'll choose her? Because being chosen by a man who doesn't need to choose anyone is a high she's never felt before. You're not the guy who falls for the first pretty face. You observe, you assess, and then you engage. And when you do, it feels intentional, special, like it actually means something. This creates deep psychological tension in her. She wants to be the one who breaks through your calm, the one you choose to lean in for, the one who makes you finally make that move. And guess what? If she's showing up more in your orbit, opening space for conversation, lingering longer when you're nearby, she's giving you that invitation. 7. She knows time is short, and she doesn't want to regret not giving you a signal. Even if she plays it cool, there's a voice inside her whispering, what if I never get another chance with him? This isn't about age, it's about energy. She senses that if she doesn't say something now, she may lose the shot to experience something real. So she drops hints, subtle touches, eye contact that lingers, unnecessary questions just taught it to you. She hopes you'll notice. She hopes you'll respond because while she may act independent and unbothered, there's a part of her silently screaming, please say something that makes this real. This isn't about playing games. It's about recognizing ziggles that many men miss. She won't say, I want you say, I want you to kiss me right now. She won't say, I wish you'd ask me out. But her. body, her presence, her tone, they're all whispering the same thing. I want you, but I need you to lead. So when a younger woman is dropping these clues, she's not looking for a guy who needs her validation. She's looking for a man who already has his own and still chooses her. That's you. If you stay grounded, if you stay calm, if you trust your gut and move with purpose. Now, pause for a second dot if any part of you resonated with this. If you've ever felt that subtle pull from a younger woman, the eye contact, the quiet smiles, the little moments that felt like more than coincidence, then understand this. She's not waiting for just any man to make a move. She's just waiting for a man who carries himself with purpose, with restraint, with calm confidence. She wants to feel safe, yes, but she also wants to feel chosen, desired. And if you've made it this far into this video, chances are you're already that man. You're not here for tricks. You're not chasing cheap attention. You're here to understand male psychology at a deeper level. You're here to embody mastery, emotional mastery, masculine maturity, and a stoic strength that most men never develop. And for that, you deserve clarity, not confusion, power, not guesswork. So here's what you do next. Play button if this video hit you in the gut. Subscribe to Stoic Stream to a Stoic Stream right now, because this channel isn't about gimmicks or surface level games. It's about giving you that psychological edge that creates real attraction, quiet confidence, unshakable presence, the kind of energy that draws women in without you needing to chase. Inbox Trey, drop a comment below and let me know. Have you ever felt a younger woman giving you these subtle signs? Let's build a brotherhood and be commence. A community of men who don't just react but lead. Share your experience, share your lessons, or ask your question, and I'll respond to as many. I can personally, because real men learn together. And if you're serious about upgrading your presence, understanding Gretchen on a psychological level, and building relationships that are rooted in respect and magnetism, then make sure you hit that bell icon too, so you never miss the deep dive videos we drop every single week. This is not just a channel. This is a movement, a path for men who refuse to settle for surface level success and instead aim to lead with depth, clarity, and inner calm. Because here at Stoic Stream, we don't chase, we attract by becoming the kind-off man she never forgets. Studio microphone. Until next time, stay calm, stay sharp, and remember, a man who understands a woman's silence never needs to raise his ice.